all you have to do is put your port here, okay? Put your port here behind this pillar. It's LOS, so we can't shadow step you, which is great. And then all you have to do is cheat torpedo here. Okay, and now the rogue's gonna follow you, obviously. They're gonna use the mobility to get to you. They're gonna use their sprints to get to you. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Mysticall. Welcome back to Monk Monday number 45, I think it is, which is amazing. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know what this is, pretty much you send your clips, anything you have, to this email right here. YouTube videos, clips, highlights, anything. I don't really put a limit on how many games you send me. I just fill up about an hour, and I try to just help you guys improve. Watching you actually helps me improve as well. And I take a look at positioning, cooldowns, pretty much anything, and just send us the email, and I will eventually get to it. This is my favorite part of the week. I really enjoy helping people. I really do. So let's get into it. This is number 45. It's so awesome. So awesome. So today we have Elquinox right here. And he says, I love the educational content. Help me get basic PvP skills. That's awesome to hear. We're struggling in twos. We're two washed up mythic raiders. Done with the raiding content and looking to dab to PvP. We're currently stuck at 1925-ish rating for both of us. It's actually pretty insane. We never did serious arena before. I seem to have an issue with kiting. I use all my skills, but especially rogue seems to be impossible to shake off. That's the same that every mistweaver struggles with that, including myself. It's very hard, but if we'll help you out, don't you worry. I'd love for you to review these two videos in an upcoming critique video review. Open to learn. That's the biggest thing that matters. That's the biggest thing. For both these matches, I was using Medallion, Short Port, Zen Focus T, Chrysalis with the default mistweaver talents. Here's the link to the armory. It does look like we are logged out as Brewmaster, but I mean, as long as you have more than like 40% verse and like maybe 75% plus of mastery, it's pretty solid. And yeah, you're absolutely crushing it. Actually insane. Holy cow. That's awesome. And you're doing some threes, doing some twos. You got the 2K and twos. That's insane, man. Congrats. Seriously. 2K in one season is crazy. All right, so let's get to the videos right here. I do appreciate the kind words, by the way. I really do. I really try to put as much time as I can into this. Okay, let me just make sure we're full screen right now. We are. Okay, so we're playing Trinket, Short Port, Zen Focus T, Chrysalis. That's fine. Now, the Zen Focus T, it can be swapped out. If you find yourself not getting kicked too often, you can use grapple weapon instead of Zen Focus T. Completely up to you, completely optional. It's really whatever you want. But it also looks like we're Void Elf, right? This is the Void Elf racial. So you're gonna be sitting the full kidneys. So you're already at it. I don't want to say you're at a disadvantage, but you kind of are playing not human or not orc. It sucks, especially versus rogues, but Void Elf you can make some plays with. So that's a sick mount, by the way. So here we go. All right, got a port down, statue up, statues out. All right, great start to the game. It's insane, popping off. All right, so the strategy versus Mistweaver rogue as Mistweaver DH is, I'm pretty sure you just want to burn the Mistweaver. And what's really good is this Mistweaver looks like, oh, he's orc. So this game is, as long as you live, is almost entirely dependent on your Demon Hunter. No pressure, but is almost dependent on your Demon Hunter landing mana burns. So because he's an orc, the other monk is an orc, your Demon Hunter is gonna need double stuns to get the burns because they have the hardiness racial, which makes it very difficult for Demon Hunters to land burns. So what it means by double stuns is, you know, Fell Eruption to Chaos Nova or Chaos Nova to Fell Eruption, big incap into mana burn, and then you just keep repeatedly doing that. And then off DR, you could leg sweep one of these and get a burn. So that's kind of what I mean. It's not as easy as when you play against other races of monks. So the rogue opens up on you. Monk already trinkets, which is nice. That's Vendetta on you. And our porch right here. So let's just see how we react to this. Vitality Conduit. So I'm sure you know this, but in case you don't, Vitality Conduit has like a 40-yard range. It's 40 or 30, and I don't know which. I think it's 40. And if you don't have anybody that's in your line or within 40 yards of you, it's not going to heal you at all. I think you should be okay. I saw you Demon Hunter, but now your Demon Hunter's... I don't know if he's behind the pillar. No, you should be fine. Okay. So, really good in cap here. Great job. Dispel the poisons. Handle that handle that perfectly. Perfectly. And now once the rogue gets... That's a re-stealth on you. So what you can do in this garrote, you can do a few things. You should still be on stun DR for a little bit. You could go for a leg sweep on him and leg sweep the rogue and then kind of pour it away. You could definitely do that. There is life cocoon from the other mistweaver. All right, this is okay. Just okay. We're stun full. Yep. Don't fret. This is fine. Port. Revival. So your first defensive when you're being trained to the ground. The first cooldown should be port. Revival's fine, but port should be your first cooldown. So this way the rogue has to use his mobility to get to you, and then you use your mobility to get away from him, and then by the time he reaches you, you have port back. So especially when you're playing short port, you almost want to be using port off cooldown. Yeah, perfect, great, awesome. And then right about here, if we're playing ring, which we are, you can ring a piece this rogue, you ring a piece this corner, get the rogue away from you, make it much harder for him to get to you. Thunder Focus Tea is nice. What do we do with it? Thunder Focus Tea. Okay. Nice. Port. Okay. We got lucky there that the rogue didn't have step. But that's pretty solid. We want to do we redo our port? No. So just make sure that just get in the habit of it. Every time you port, just replace a new port. And same with if you move around on the map. So if you moved from this pillar to like a pillar over here, just make sure that you're constantly resetting your port. And it's always important to always stay in range of your port. It's the #1 way for monks to avoid damage, avoid crowd control, everything. It's so vital to surviving and winning. So just get a habit of resetting your port. There's a tentacle. So this tentacle, depending on what level it is, it might be crushing you. Yeah, this tentacle is kind of crushing. All right, he went away. Vitality Condor and Life Cocoon here. You have Versatility proc though, this is right here, right? This is Versatile Navigation. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure that it's Versatile Navigation. I also see that we have the Elf Racial. Did we use the Elf Racial? Did I miss it? That wasn't your port. That was the Blood Elf Racial. Oh, that was the Night Elf Racial. That Void Elf Racial. That's actually insane. Okay, I was like wondering why. I was like wondering why the port was off cooldown so quickly. Yeah, that's insane. Awesome. Really sick Void Elf Racial there. So this cocoon by us. So what we want to do, especially versus rogues, is you want to utilize the pillar as much as you can, because again, Ring of Peace is so good. You know, you can completely stun there from your Demon Hunter is pretty solid. Mana's looking a little tight, and we haven't used Mana Tea yet, so let's see. Did we replace our port there? All right, yeah, we did. Okay. I was just making. I saw up one port. I didn't know if I saw two. All right, so there's Shadow Step from the Rogue, which is really nice because that's pretty much his only mobility to get to you. And right now, the Rogue obviously this port. Okay. This is fine. Again, don't be afraid to use Ring of Peace to knock this rogue right on the corner of the pillar is like really prime, because the rogue either has to run around this side of the pillar or try to run around the ring, and then you could just keep going the opposite direction. If he goes right, you go left. If he goes left, you go right. And then by the time he gets to you again, you have port back, which is the awesome part. On this map in particular, one Chi Torpedo, so the distance of Chi Torpedo gets you from this pillar to this pillar. So if you put a port here and the rogue goes around the pillar here, you can just Chi Torpedo across and then port back. And then when he gets to you, you just roll to the pillar, port back. And you could just constantly do that over and over again. Eventually they'll quit. Trust me. They will quit. But you want to stay kind of close to the pillar. It's easier to kite, or easy to avoid some of the damage. There's a thing. Claw right there is fine. That was dispelled from the Mistweaver, it seems like. Um, oh, excuse me. So the problem right now, kiting into the middle of the map is okay. You could actually, if I'm gonna be honest, the best place to put port in this map is the middle of the map, and then you just go to a pillar, you port to the middle of the map, and then you roll to the other pillar to the opposite side, and then you're across the arena instantly. But for this game, pretty much what you want to do is you want to always stay in range of port, always, because this is Vendetta right now, and we do have peels for the rogue with Incap and leg sweep if we have it. No, we have Incap though, so definitely use Incap. Also, mana is at 75%, so the next time we port, probably just throw out a mana tea and put an enveloping on yourself with it. Might work too. But right here, this is a little bit of a pickle now because we're out of range of our port, right? We should be. Yeah, we're out of range of our port, so that's the problem. And the tentacle just spawned, and you're gonna be taking a lot of damage. It seems like. Yeah, full kidney too. Hopefully your demon hunter can just like. Okay. Wow. Must. Too big. All right, there's life cocoon on the rogue. Yep, good. Port back. That was also darkness from your demon hunter. Another tentacle. Jeez. We have port. All right. Oh, get around the pillar. Nice. Okay. See, right now would have been a good, nice juke on the kick there. So right now is a really good time to use Mana Tea because one, you can't be stunned because he just kidney shot at you. Or you could be stunned, but it would be DR. And two, you just juked his kick, which was fantastic. So now there's no way to stop him from, or this rogue from stopping you from casting. So this is a free Mana Tea right now. So press Mana Tea and then spam out probably an enveloping mist and some renewing mist here. Aggressive ring of peace there from the monk. Oh, I didn't know this kidney would be full. We have port off this, just instantly port. Yeah, when you're in this kind of situation, instantly port. It's fine. You know, your demon hunter's fine. Like, demon hunters live, trust me. This is fine, but you have a tentacle on you, this life cocoon. So see, in this situation, instead of having to use life cocoon, you could have just instantly ported, dispelled your poisons, and then just Mana Tea and topped yourself off, you know? Instead we roll and then life cocoon. So, and then port is only what, a 25-second cooldown, which is amazing. Rather than having to use whatchamacallit, really good leg sweep here to keep him in line of the this guy doesn't even care about rain from above. What? That's crazy. Yeah, the monk's gonna be used. There you go. Ring of peace. Perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is perfect. So whenever this rogue, I mean, obviously when you use it pretty much off cooldown versus rogues, but this is exactly what I was talking about. Use it right on the corner of the pillar. So now this rogue he's gonna either try to run around the ring or he's gonna try to go this way, and then no matter which way he goes, you just go the opposite direction. That's it. See, look at him. So now he has shadow step this time. But if there is a time where he doesn't have great Incap roll, that's it. This is you know how to. You're doing great. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. And now all you have to do is next time he gets to you, you just port. Just like instantly. You just port. And then you do the same thing when he gets to you. You know, obviously you want to replace your port. Just roll to the pillar, port back. Roll, port back. This is perfect. And this is home. Like this is what I call home right here. Just in between these two pillars, back and forth. It's not fun being like train the entire game, but when you just think about it like in terms of like what you actually have to, okay, the mount up, I like it. Sap on your demon hunter, which is actually kind of crazy, but now the monk's getting a drink here. He got 20k, which is a little awkward. Where's our port? Is that full? This trinket is fine. This trinket is perfect. That's a kick on you. Rolling is fine. Great usage of roll. The problem right now, actually now there's two problems. One is, I don't know where our port is, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's over here. I'm trying to find your port down here, but I don't see if you're in range of it or not. Yeah, I don't know if you're in range. I don't think you are though. I can't see. Yeah, I don't think you are. So obviously, you always want to stay in range of port. Two, we are playing that Zen Focus Tea, but now the rogue doesn't have kicks. He just kicked us. So this is kind of like, this is why I like Disarm instead of Zen Focus Tea, because you can disarm if they go on your Demon Hunter, and if you get kicked, you can disarm the rogue. So like it's very versatile rather than Zen Focus Tea where it might be too late, you know, because he doesn't have kick. You could technically you could Zen Focus Tea the Garrote. If he vanishes, tries to grow you, technically, yes. But I think Disarm is much more versatile, and I think it's better. This guy's tentacle proc is absolutely insane. Definitely want to line this tentacle as fast as you can. Great incap there. Okay, we're gonna try. Okay, we're dead here, 100%. Yeah, we're dead. No, leg sweep. I can see spam the leg sweep. Oh, leg sweep into evasion. What do we have? We just gotta get in range. We have cocoon. Yes. Okay. We also are in range of port. I think. I hope. So definitely want to port when you can. There's life cocoon from the monk. Nice ring of peace there to keep him in line. Perfect. All right. There's port. Okay. And here we go. This is it. I like this. I like this Weakauras. I need something like this, to be honest. So when it comes to playing a monk in arena, a lot of like, it's a snowball effect if you kind of make a mistake. And when we use Zen Focus Tea, when the rogue already used kick, we could be using that Zen Focus Tea now. And it really sucks. Just a small mistake like that could just kill you. It could just kill you. I don't know. We have port in 9. We have no peels. We have Void Elf. We also have a healing elixir. I don't know if we don't have fortifying brew either. So this is trouble. This is okay. I like the Void Elf there. We have incap. We have incap. Yes, yes, I see you going for it. Yes, perfect. Just heal. Yes, good Zen Focus Tea. Perfect. Okay, yeah, spam him out. Wait, what do we use with Thunder Focus Tea here? Great incap. Okay. Spam it out. Just spam it out. I can see it spamming the Vivifies. Perfect. There it is. Good roll. Dispel the poisons. Yep, great. Great. Oh, dead. Okay. Oh, so close to living. Oh, so close to living. Rogues are so frustrating sometimes. So this game really wasn't that bad. If you just rogues are just really annoying because they just kitty shot off cooldown, and if you're not topped, especially now with gushing and how much gushings they have, if you're not topped when they kitty shot and they proc a gushing, you're more than likely gonna die. It's pretty insane. So for this game, you had it. You definitely know how to kite a rogue. It's just more practice. Where were we? Like right over here, right here. Beautiful. If this is the only takeaway from this game that you need, is put your port here. Here, let me 1 sec. All you have to do is put your port here. Okay, put your port here behind this pillar. It's LOS, so we can't shadow step you, which is great. And then all you have to do is cheat torpedo here. Okay, and now the rogue's gonna follow you. Obviously, they're gonna use the mobility to get to you. They're gonna use their sprints to get to you. If your demon hunter is close, he'll probably try to shadow step your demon hunter or his teammate to get to you. He's just gonna try to get to you. Eventually, he will get to you. But the point is that you kite for so long that when he gets to you, he has no mobility, and then all you do is when you're right here on this pillar, you just port back. And then you reset the port again. You just reset the port again. And then when he gets to you, you roll back. And then you port back. Reset your port, roll, port back. And that's all it is. The entire that's all you have to do. And this was perfect. So yeah, that was this part right here was great. Outside of that, Disarm I think is better versus rogues than Zen Focus Tea, mostly because Disarm also stops their damage. So if for whatever reason this rogue decides to go your demon hunter, odds are that they're not really going to get kicks on you. They're not really going to land kicks on you. So Zen Focus or Disarm is really good versus that. Positioning wise, you kind of want to stay close to the pillar. Your demon hunter was getting burns. The monk did get a drink, but I think eventually you guys would have won on mana for sure. And then great job with incapping and using leg sweep to peel for yourself. Always remember to do that. Thunder Focus Teas were solid. Oh, Mana Tea. Make sure you use Mana Tea. I don't know what our first Mana Tea was, like right here. This was the first Mana Tea of the game, and it was at 37% mana. So monks have no way to really get back mana. I see that you're using the claw trinket, but it gets kind of instantly dispelled if the other healer just sees it. So Mana Tea is like it's our biggest cooldown for mana. Obviously, I mean, unless you're playing Lucid Dream Major, which most of the time you're not. 99% of the time you're not. So pretty much use Mana Tea at like 95% mana when you can free cast, and then pretty much off cooldown after that. But the main takeaway from this game is the kiting that you did here was really great. So just keep it up with that, and like you'll be handing it to these rogues. This is another rogue game. Let me see. Holy Palette. This is a harder version. If this is a rogue, it's a much more difficult version than the Mistweaver version, which is unfortunate. I hate it so much. Is this a rogue? Oh, it's a warrior. Okay. So the warrior versus warriors. I would highly you said you play Zen Focus for both games. Highly recommend playing Disarm versus this. So arms warriors, they need the momentum. They need momentum to like really get pressure. And if you're kiting their damage, stopping their damage, preventing their damage, kiting it, everything, porting it, disarming it, they're going to have the worst game of their life. They really are. So short port is insane. Chrysalis is great. But I would highly recommend Disarm so that when they pop their cooldowns, you can just disarm them. If they trinket, you full leg sweep, you know, stuff like that. So Disarm is really good versus warriors too. So here we go. Also, no. I was going to say, since you're a Void Elf, maybe Relentless is good because it's mostly stuns, but the Pally might be playing Repentance, so maybe it's not that worth it. There's Hodge and Claw. Definitely worth to dispel this if you can. Okay. Well, the good thing is that the Pally didn't use it for mana. He just did it for damage. So right now, that's Disarm on your Demon Hunter. Okay, awesome. Awesome, great. Honestly, keeping it up. Good ring. Oh, so good. Such a good ring there. Nice. So like right now, right here, 96% mana. Your Demon Hunter is going to be taking a little damage. The warrior hasn't popped the equivalent yet. You're going to get Hodge here. Okay. Oh, really good kiting. This is beautiful. Feared. Okay. So now the warrior's on you. And this is when things like Disarm really come in handy. You also have leg sweep. So you have a few options when the warrior goes you. Normally when a warrior leaps to me, that's one of their major mobile abilities. So now they're down a leap, which is awesome. That's great for you. So when a warrior goes onto me, what I try to do instantly, like that, is get in range of your port if you're out of range of your port. So we're not in range of our port right now because I know we're using on the pillar, like back there, like all the way in the back. So you want to get in range of your port, use a roll. It's kind of a waste of roll, but it's fine. Okay. Replace. Okay, this is fine. This is fine too. Roll. Okay. Dude, some damage. We got claw going. We got leg sweep. Perfect. So this is when right here is why. Oh, let me move this out of the way so it doesn't bother. It's kind of bothering me. This is a really good reason why Disarm is so good versus warriors as well. He trinkets that leg sweep, and if you just instantly disarm him, he's so mad. I'm telling you. So that's why another reason why Disarm is so good. So let's see how we go. In cap, they probably have Berserker Rage. So warriors have, I'm sure you know that you're a Mythic Raider. They have Berserker Rage. What this does is it makes them immune to fears, charms, and sap effects. And Incap, unfortunately, is a sap effect. So that's why incapping a warrior really isn't too good. But since your Demon Hunter is on the Pally, it's worth a shot, for sure. It's worth a shot. Vitality Condo on yourself here is fine, because they're going to Stormbolt you probably now or Hodge you. So again, we're out of range of our port here. So it's fine to move around on the map. It's awesome if you move around the map. It really confuses them. But you always want to stay in range of your port, and if you're not, you want to replace it. So this is fine as long as we maybe replace our port. The problem is that I'm pretty sure you haven't been stunned yet, and you're playing Pally's probably going to Hodge you or Stormbolt you from the warrior. So, and then that's kind of like the time you want to instantly port. Okay, this is okay. All right, I take it back. We're doing fine. All right, we're chilling. This warrior is getting worked right now. So like again, right here, if he gets close to you, bring a piece. Yeah. Oh, nice. All right, we land the Stormbolt, going on your Demon Hunter, which is fine, which is perfect. Again, this is probably a really good time to go for a Mana Tea. Again, we're at 95% mana, but your Demon Hunter is what, 74%. And they can't get to you. They just stunned you, Stormbolted you, and obviously the warrior can't kick you. So again, this is a really good time to go for a nice Mana Tea play. There's Hodge. Probably a little bit faster on the dispels for sure, Hodge. Also, if you have Revival right here, so you can see that your warrior is behind the pillar. It's a really good idea if obviously if you didn't have Dispel, if you can't get there, you can also Revival through pillars as long as your warrior is in, or your Demon Hunter is in range. So again, Revival is pretty good, but since we're like in range here, definitely Dispel the Hodge. And again, this is a really good time for Mana Tea play. There's a kick on you. Okay. This is fine. Just get in range of your port. Incap is that incap sticks. 99. Yeah, that incap sticks because he doesn't have Berserker Rage. So that's pretty good. Okay, is this a full? Okay. Full Stormbolt. Again, the first cooldown to do if you're starting to freak out or if you're getting trained, if you're being stunned, just instantly port. It's a 25-second cooldown, and your LOS you free cast. I like to think of port as like an aura mastery too, because it ports you LOS and they can't kick you, and you can just free cast 99% of the time. Not against mages. Mages can blink CSU, so don't do that versus mages. Again, also the warrior has no trinket, so leg sweep will stick as well. Definitely want to port though, like ASAP. Yeah. Nice, is Whirlwind. It's pretty solid. Again, Mana Tea would probably be kind of good right now. You could ring piece that cast. You could go for a drink right now, but your Demon Hunter is kind of taking it. Stun full here. Okay. So similar. Yes, perfect. So good. Yes. I was about to say you could just port right here. Awesome. So that's all you have to do. This map, let me bring out the pen tool again. This map is very similar to the last map where Chi Torpedo. So one Chi Torpedo gets you from one pillar to the next, which is awesome. Can I make this less thick? Probably not, right? That's too bad. So it gets you from one pillar to the next. So again, just like the last game, this map isn't any different. Put your port here. Let me put your port here. Roll to this pillar. Let him use his leap. Let him Stormbolt you. That doesn't matter, because as soon as that's over, you just port back. That's it. You just port back, and then he waddles his way over. He waddles his way to you over here. Replace your port. Roll again, and then by the time he gets you, you have port, and then you port. Replace your port. Roll, port back. That's all it is. When it comes to kiting melee, that's the only time monks are scared are in stuns. When we're out of stuns, we could kite them forever. We can kite them forever. You just have to know the maps and just kind of know the range on your ports. That's kind of where the practice comes in. But again, this map is no different than the last one. You're just rolling from pillar to pillar and porting when they get to you. That's it. Bring a piece here. What? Yep. Solid. Again, we're starting to take some damage. This is a really good time. We just use Enveloping Mist. It's a pretty solid time to go for a Mana Tea. Okay, Warrior's looking at you a little bit. He's looking. Okay, great. All right. Definitely try to use leg sweep more, especially to peel for yourself. So, nice incap. Might Berserker Rage it. Yeah, Berserker Rage. Hodge on your Demon. Demon is just getting soloed by Holy Paladin. It's fantastic. We have Fortifying Brew as well. So we have cooldowns. There's don't want to stack versus this. Very, very important versus rogues. I forgot to mention this versus rogues and warriors. Very important to not stack and play max ranged as often as you can. The reason why is because well, versus warriors, their top damage is deep wounds. It's their mastery. So this is deep wounds right here. I'm sure you know you're a mythic raider. I'm not trying to talk down. I'm just what goes through my mind when playing against these comps is again, warrior top damage is deep wounds, and when you stack, especially with blade storm, that deep wounds goes on both you and your teammate. So that's a lot of healing that you're gonna have to do. Similar to rogues with gushing, they could just proc it off anything. They could proc it off melee hits. So you don't want the rogue or warrior or any melee for that matter to be easily able to swap between you and your melee and your DPS. So try to stay max range. Try not to stay close to each other. Yeah. Definitely want to look for a port here for sure because we have it. Yeah, the safeguard from you. I see you going for a healing elixir port. Wait, what is? Wait, do you have a cast sequence macro? All right, there's a life cocoon. It was tight. I'm a little bit greedier for sure. I definitely want them to work for it. I would have died though. You play this a little better than me. I would have been like, I would have seen these deep. I would have seen a gushing, a deep wounds, a glimmer, a crucible flame, an infinite stars, a cut of death, and a rend. And I would have been like, you know what? There's no way this does 9% of my health. But I think we both know it would. You're much smarter about this than me. This is a pretty good cocoon. Yeah, yeah, you go from like 9. Yeah, okay, so this is fine. Obviously, normally you don't want to stack port and life cocoon because even though they're not long cooldowns, they're still our only cooldowns. So, but again, in this situation, great, perfect. You played it well for sure. Again, we also still have fortifying brew. So, and then we still manatee is probably something we want to press soon. The warrior fortifying brew is pretty solid. He's gonna stormbolt you in probably like 3 or 4 seconds. I don't see any cooldowns, but I feel like in my brain I just kind of know the cooldown of stormbolt just because I've died in a stormbolt so many times. So it's happening soon. There's avatar. There's fear. Fortifying brew. Vitality condor is perfect. You also have leg sweep. Now that's not to say. Now when you leg sweep, you also need to keep in mind the holy pally's cooldowns. Odds are that they have a bop. So when you leg sweep, the pally might bop the leg sweep because it's physical. So just be prepared to go for a ring of peace or something. You know, don't let your guard down. Nice, good. This is perfect. All right, showing here. There's stormbolt, perfect. All right, you see this cleave is doing well again. Yeah, don't want to stack up. Do not want to stack up versus a warrior or any melee DPS. They're gonna get their damage out on both of you. It's a lot of mana. Obviously, I'm just going to mention it once. I should have said it sooner. Try to get keybinds for targeting your teammate and Try to get keybinds for targeting your teammate and yourself. It's much more faster to target, and it increases your awareness of what's going on in the arena. So instead of focusing on where your mouse is and who it's clicking on, you just mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down, and you're able to look at what's going on inside the arena. So we have leg sweep. Palios is on stun DR, so probably a ways to do that. But oh, that's a claw. Definitely want to go for a dispel. It's gonna do a bit of damage. That's bop. Yeah, see. Do we leg sweep here? Yeah, see. So the pally, again, they're pretty desperate, right? They don't have a lot of time left to pally zoom, so they're gonna go for the bop on the leg sweep here. So just you can still ring a piece because ring a piece is magical. Nice juke on the warrior there. Every warrior tries to go for the leap kick. It just doesn't work, man. I swear. Yeah, yep, perfect. Yep, place it. Oh, we have port off this, yeah? I don't know what this macro is. I feel like it's a cast. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know if this is a cast sequence macro or it just shows cheat torpedo, but it's actually transcendence. But I think this is a cast sequence. If it is, I would highly recommend just finding a different keybind for port. This was honestly a pretty solid game for you guys. Pretty solid kiting too. The biggest thing is just port more as your first cooldown. When someone's targeting you, in my brain, what I try to do is try to rotate number one, port. That's the number one cooldown. So after a Stormbolt, after a Kidney, after a Hodge, after, I don't know, a Mighty Bash, after a stun, my first thought is okay, I'm going to port. Just port. What it does is it puts you in a better position and your LOS, so you can, for the most part, free cast. And it gives you time to like recover, especially if you're low on health. It gives you time to press Mana Tea because it's on global. So port is your number one. And then if you don't have port and you have Chi Torpedoes and Ring of Peace, that's my next tool that I use. So again, Chi Torpedo from pillar to pillar is really solid. If you're on the pillar and you don't have any Chi Torpedoes, Ring of Peace is really good because, you know, not a lot of them can deal with it. Rogues can cloak it, warriors can blade storm it, but outside of that, there aren't many classes that can kind of deal with it well. Now, if you don't have port and you don't have mobility, Fortifying Brew is your next one, especially if they are just about to stun you. Fortifying Brew healing elixirs is really, really solid. So Fortifying Brew, if they're about to stun you, or even if you just come out of a stun, Fortifying Brew is really good, and healing elixirs is pretty insane too. And then after all of that, and you don't have any of that, then Life Cocoon is a really good cooldown. Or in your case, if you're really low after your port and you're not greedy like others, Cocoon is also pretty useful. So biggest takeaway from this game is just port. You know, make port be your first cooldown, and you'll be, I'm telling you, every melee will hate their lives because you'll be porting off cooldown. If they get to you, you use your mobility like Shoot Torpedo and roll. And if they get to you without mobility, you have Fortifying Brew and you have Life Cocoon. So they're not going to be too happy about it. Positioning wise versus melee, you don't want to stack. I'm speaking from this is kind of like the overview for both of these games. You don't want to stack because then they can spread out their damage more. And then the other one is Mana Tea. Don't be afraid to use it. It's a really good cooldown. It's a minute and a half. You really can't. The good thing about Mana Tea is unless you get kicked or like CC'd on it, you really can't waste it. You know, like throw out an Enveloping Mist, throw out some Vivifies, and it's hard to waste. It really is. So just make sure you use those, and yeah, you'll be fine. But with that said, thank you again for submitting your gameplay. I really, really appreciate it. If you have any more games, I would love to watch it. Also, keybinds for your teammates. Oh, and dispels. Try to dispel Claw and Hodge ASAP, because the Pally gets mana back, and Hodge just stops your Demon Hunter from being able to do stuff. And Demon Hunters want as much uptime as you can. Also, Vitality Conduit is okay, but Crucible Flame is really good damage, especially versus teams that can't dispel like this. So, yeah, this will all be in the description below. So feel free to look. I'll write it all out for you. I always do. So that's pretty much it. Thank you again for submitting your gameplays. Elquinox, I really appreciate it. Elquinox, I forgot the L there. And if you have any more games, please, or anyone does, please submit them. This is my favorite part of the week. Seriously, these are my favorite videos. So again, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I do a pretty good job at answering YouTube comments, I feel. And yeah, great games, solid games, really good. Melee are hard to deal with. Healing, it's very hard to deal with, especially rogues. But that's pretty much it. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you later.